This, the book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8 says, "Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua." So first and foremost, I'm going to start by giving all praise, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kwadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to you, Akiam, who are pushing this truth into the four wings of the earth in sincerity and truth to make sure that Jerusalem is established here on earth again as a place of worship as it was in the days of old. So I'm going to put a title of this video that the plan of the elites is to put the sihib in every human being on the planet, So we are going to start with this article here. Yeah, this is from the Insider. It says the U.S. markets opening. Yeah, of course. It says the title is this. It says thousands of people are reportedly lining up to have portion of their school removed, and one of Elon Musk's brain chip implant. So this the news from the Grace K, November 7, 2023. The news from November 7, 2023. It says thousands of people are interested in becoming Neuralink's patients. A Bloomberg report says Elon Musk startup received FDA approval earlier this year to start human trials. The brain chip startup hopes to implant a receiver that acts as a Fitbit in your school. So before going any further, let us go to the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation 13 and verse 16 says, "And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So the mark that is being the mark that we are talking here is the charagma, which is known as a badge for servitude, and which is going to be implanted, under your skin, either in your forehead or in your hands, And this mark is the sihib, which is the MOTB, the charagma, So in the near future, without the mark, you are not going to be able to buy or sell, or you're not going to be able to participate in commercial activities. And through that, and when Esau is going to make that, that the taking of the sihib, to make the taking of sihib mandatory, those who are not going to take the sihib, they are not going to be able to participate in commercial activities. You see? So Esau wants to have the total control of the population in the planet. And he is going to use the sihib, which is a charagma, the MOTB, to put people under his system, So the sihib is an ultimate bond, which means that when you take the sihib, it is a badge of servitude. You are going to save the elites of this world, You make a bond to save the elites of this world and not Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua. So, and Esau is going to use most of the influential people to advertise and to influence the society to take the sihib. The artists, the athletes, the politicians, the religious leaders, the high influential religious leaders, and he is going to use them to influence the society and the majority of people to take the SIP. See? And when you refuse or you act against the system of Esau Edom, he is going to mute that SIP or to make it off, and the SIP will no longer work. So the SIP is the charagma. So let us look here. This the news from November 7, 2023. It says here, thousands of people have expressed interest in receiving ones of Neuralink brain implant. See, so the SIP is going to be implanted in your brain. A recent Bloomberg report from one of Elon Musk's biographers, Ashley Vance, says Vance, who said he visited Neuralink's facilities 10 times in 3 years, said the company had yet to implant its device in human but aimed to operate on 11 people next year and more than 22,000 by the year 23. Earlier this year, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration gave Neuralink, which Musk co-founded in 2016. So the Neuralink was founded by Elon Musk in 2016. See, approval to launch human trials of its device that Musk has described as Fitbit in your school. See, so the point here is to make a connection between human being and the technology, the fuse between human being and technology, which is the SIP, or the charagma, says the FDA had previously rejected Neuralink's bid for human testing in March over safety concerns. Reuters reported, including that the wires connected to the brain chip would move within a subject's head, or that the chip would overheat. And one thing that these people do not know, that the SIP is powered by radiation, and automatically it will cause cancer to those who are going to take the SIP. Let's go on. It says in September, the company began recruiting for its first human trial. Neuralink said in a blog spot that it was looking for people who had paralysis in all 4 limbs because of a spinal cord injury or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. The company says it hopes to eventually make a device that will create a sort of symbiosis between human and machines, and will allow people to send messages or play games using only their thoughts. But first, the company says it hopes to help people with neurological disorders. See, so Esau will come with many agendas that the SIP will cure paralysis. No, the SIP is going to cure paralysis. No, it is fast and reliable. No, because all your keys, your house keys, your health information, your bank account information are going to be in that SIP. So Esau is going to use more of his agendas, his lies, to influence people to take the SIP. See, saying that the SIP would cure many diseases like blindness. Let's go on. It says Vance, who authored the 2015 biography Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the Quest for Fantastic Future, said in his report that despite an outpouring of interest from thousands of prospective patients, the company was still looking for its first volunteer or someone willing to have a chunk of their skull moved by a surgeon so a large robot can insert a series of electrodes and super thin wires into their brain. See, Musk's biographer said it would take a couple of hours for a surgeon to perform the craniectomy, and then about 25 minutes for the robot to insert the device, along with the ultra-thin array of about 64 threads. He said the device would replace the portion of the skull that had been removed. See, Vance added that the threads were about 1/14 the width of a single strand of human hair. Yeah? So in this image here, they say the chip is designed to sit behind the ear, Salakia, while the electrodes are threaded into the brain. No? Says Vance wrote that Neuralink had done 1,500 implantation surgeries using the robot on a variety of animal test subjects, including pigs and monkeys. But he said, in a typical Musk fashion, the billionaire had continued to push for the robot to move faster, as well as for the surgery to be performed without human help. No? A spokesperson for Neuralink did not respond to a request for comment ahead of publication. Says the biographer said Musk had pointed to the need to combat competition from other brain-computer startups such as Synchron and Onward, which had already begun human trials. No, they are currently, he replied, says, they are currently kicking our ass, Musk said, after Synchron implanted its first device in a US patient in July 2022. In December 2021, one of Synchron's patients in Australia was the first person to send tweet using only his thoughts. No? Vance quoted the billionaire saying Neuralink needed to pick up its pace, like the world is coming to an end, to keep up with artificial intelligence and the possibility of an AI being that wouldn't be friendly to humans. Yet while Musk's maniacal sense of urgency may work at Tesla or SpaceX, where he has initiated sprints and slept on the factory floor to meet deadlines, at least one Neuralink executive has taken a note of caution. He says, we can't blow up the first three, that's not an option here. Siobhan Dries, Neuralink's director of special project and the mother of two of Musk's children, told Vance in a reference to SpaceX first three rockets which exploded. No, so Esau does not cease his quest for controlling the population, the whole world, the population of the whole world. No, so to back up this article, we are going to play this certain video here to prove that the C-hip is the charagma. No, the C-hip is the charagma. So the title of this is from the Free Your Mind documentaries. The title says, the WEF young global leader admit ultimate goal is CBDC under the skin. Now, CBDC is the central bank digital currency, and within the central digital currency, it has the infrastructure of the C-hip, which is the charagma, So what it really means here, that the C-hip is going to be under your skin, and the CBDC is the whole system whereby the C-hip is one among the infrastructure of the CBDC. No. So we are going to play this video here to make to add more evidence,
World Economic Forum insider has blown the whistle and admitted that the globalist #1 goal is to implant CBDCs as a chip under the skin of every man, woman and child in the world.
So every man on the planet Earth is going to be supposed to have the C-hip or the charagma in his hand or in his forehead,
With or without their consent, and they will stop at nothing to achieve this aim. According to Professor Richard Werner, the globalist elite have been carefully planning this attack on humanity for decades, and they are now preparing to drop a cluster munition in the heart of civil society to soften people up so they will accept the chip. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to support the channel and gain access to uncensored content. If anybody is qualified to talk about the evil agenda of the globalist elite, it's Richard Werner. As a rising economist and WEF Young Global Leader in the early 2000s, he was personally groomed by Klaus Schwab for a key role in the WEF. The future was bright for Werner, who, as a young global leader, had access to Klaus Schwab's contact list, including all the key strategic partners and stakeholders that Schwab likes to boast about. Werner worked with the Japanese government and invented quantitative easing. He published books that were picked up by major publishers and became bestsellers, much like Yuval Noah Harari in recent years. Life for Werner on the WEF gravy train was easy. Life was good. But then his conscience got in the way, and he decided he couldn't continue working for the most evil people in the world and plotting the downfall of humanity. Since parting ways with the WEF and finding...
So it means that taking the SIP is a downfall of humanity, because your freedom is going to be taken away. No, they say that you will own nothing and be happy. How can you be happy and you have nothing? You know, you know. And the whole agenda of the NWO is that it bypasses the true definition of democracy. See, there's no freedom or democracy in the system of the NWO. You know.
Finding himself banned from Davos, every major institution in the world has declared him persona non grata. Cambridge University, one of the leading educational institutions in the world, offered him a job, only to retract it when they discovered that he was a Christian who believes big banks are a cancer on society. You might want to listen to what he's got to say. According to Werner, the globalist elite understand that there's a hurdle in getting people to implant a chip under their skin. So they are planning a series of disruptions and crises to prepare humanity to accept a universal basic income, also known as globalized communism, in which the chip will be necessary to receive your monthly stipend.
They have literally delayed their agenda. Because I think it's so important to them. They've been very careful about the timing, and let's wait a little longer, let's have this crisis first, let's have COVID first.
See, so this means that the elite are creating a crisis, no? And they are creating all out of this chaos that they are putting in front, you know? All out of chaos. It is we call it a problem solution, problem reaction solution, no? So they are creating all this crisis because they are making benefit out from this crisis, and they are going to put solutions on this crisis. No, and one among of the solution, they are going to put the agenda of the SIP, the taking of the SIP.
You know, soften them up, but they've delayed because the technology was already ready around 2015 to roll out. And what people don't mention is, what do these CBDCs actually look like? You know, at the moment, there's a bit of talk about this being phone-based apps. And yes, that is the initial phase. But what was already ready around 2015 is the ultimate goal, what they really want. Apparently, I was told by...
Now, let us see what the CBDC looks like. You see, now this is the infrastructure which is contained within the system of the CBDC. No, the CBDC is a central digital currency, and one of its infrastructure which will be put under your skin or your forehead is this one, which is the SIP. See? And without this, you are not going to be able to participate in commercial activities. Meaning you are not going to be you are not going to participate in the acts of business, in the acts of buying and selling. You know? So this is the CBDC. No? This is the CBDC. Yeah, Salakia. This one, no? See? See, the smallest particle, like that of the rice particle, it's going to be put under your skin or your forehead, under your forehead or your hands. No, and this is the CBDC. Let's go on. No, and this SIP is the infrastructure of the CBDC.
Told by a central banker is, CBDC looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin, which is, in my view, a violation of human dignity, and they realize there is a hurdle. So to get people to accept this, there will be, why suddenly are all the billionaires saying let's have universal basic income? Because the story is going to be, now we've created this vast unemployment and disruption and crises. Well,
and Esau wants to put the SIP on every human being under their skin as a way to have the total control of the population, as a way to push forward his agendas of the NWO.
Well, we need universal basic income. You will get 2,000 euros into your account every month, but of course to run this efficiently we need to use the latest technology, so you need the CBDC chip implant. But how many people will say, okay, fine, £2,000, 2,000 euros,
a surprising proportion, shockingly, obviously, to me or yourself, but we've seen years ago in Sweden there has been a substantial small minority take-up of what's currently much larger. It's kind of like a little cylinder in stainless steel, I guess, maybe it's titanium or something, and they're doing it because they just want to. They want to be early adopters of this nonsense. So if anyone's listening and that sounds fanciful or conspiracy theorish, the fact is in Sweden they are taking it up, and in other places, and that's not coming out of nowhere. That's not just some local tech firm.
And what this man is saying in those Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway, and in the countries of Australia, those are the countries where Esau is doing experiments about the SIP. No. So many people in those countries are taking the SIP willingly. For now, it is not mandatory, but it will reach a time when it is going to be mandatory. No, you either take the SIP, or you are not supposed to be part of the society. No. So because the act of buying and selling is one of the key components of the society. No. So if you are not going to take the SIP, you are not going to be able to participate in commercial activities.
Makes this, it's part of the early adoption kind of tendrils coming out from the mothership. So yeah, interesting times ahead. But now, as you say, Richard, now is the chance for awareness, wider awareness, and the time to start taking action in any way you can.
Exactly.
As Werner points out, the microchips are already here and being accepted by the...
See, so the SIP are already here, and some people are taking it by their will, no? But it is through the hand of the Lord Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshai, has put a spirit on them to take the SIP, And this image behind this man is showing the SIP, They zoomed the SIP in the image behind this man who is reporting.
Elite's most brainwashed victims, and mainstream media has begun the push for mass adoption.
When Elon... Oh, weird, yeah. It's like... He doesn't need ID, and he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah. Oh, weird, yeah. It's like a grain of...
So nowadays they are doing this. We say that it is trials or experiments to see that if their technology works. No. So that's why they are doing in to some of the people.
Rice. Yeah, grain of rice. Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys.
No, the truth is overwhelming now. No, within the SIB, there's going to be your key, your health information, your bank account information. No.
His ID and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in chips. So I use it like to get around the building.
No.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. Exactly. So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
And many people are going to fall on this trap of Esau, saying that the SIB is reliable. It is simple. It cures diseases for those who are sick. If you forget just your wallet at home, don't worry. You are going to use the SIB. Not knowing that the taking of the SIB means that it is a badge of servitude or an ultimate bond that when you take the SIB, you made a vow to save the elites of this world and forgetting your Lord Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh. No? Let us go to the book of Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8. So like here. Colossians 2 and verse 8. This is the book of Colossians 2 and verse 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after the anointed Yahushua HaMashiach. No? So the elites of this world are the adversaries of the Most High. They are our adversary. No? So they are pushing these agendas which goes against the instruction of the Holy Bible. No? So we have to believe in the truth, and the truth shall set us free. No? We are supposed to have faith in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and not in the elites of this world, and not in the governments of this world. So pretty much that was the lesson I just wanted to share with you all, brothers, there. So if I slipped in the middle of my conversation, you all can correct me through the comment board. So I'm going to end up by giving all praise, all honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kwadash, Shalom. Till next time.